You know what? This is about to be the most candid video ever. I have no script, but I was actually sitting here really like, dang, this kind of sucks, right? Like, I literally have to film this video with like this. Okay, can you see this big like zit on my chin? And I was like, dang, this kind of sucks. And then I was like, you know what? I've seen so many posts lately about AI, people using other people's likeness without permission. And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually not that mad about it because at least you know I'm a human. Which brings me to today's topic of AI and podcast. So this topic came up in my community and it begs the question like, should you use AI to fully or even, I guess, a little bit, which we'll get into, produce your podcast? And here's my answer. I do not think that you should use AI to fully produce your podcast episode. I think that there is a better way. I think that you are a human being and your voice deserves to be heard. I do not think that you should let AI create a podcast. For one, it sounds very inauthentic. It feels forced. I don't know how to explain it. And I'm not the best AI spotter. I mean, I like to think I am, but I've been fooled before. So it gets really difficult to tell, especially like the better that AI gets. But what I will say is, as of the recording of this video and based off of every single audio podcast I've heard, I can tell right away that it is done with AI. And so what does that mean? Does that mean that you shouldn't use it at all? No, I use AI every single day. I use AI for ideation. I use it for organization. It helps me organize my email. My email looks beautiful, literally. I'm going to have to put a screenshot in this video of how beautiful it looks. I even have 3 labels now: Pamela to read, Pamela to respond, and payments. And it's beautiful. It's very helpful. I am the type of person who rambles on, doesn't get to the point, or I do get to the point and I just keep repeating myself. So it helps me become more clear. And so it's also helped me get my framework out of my brain that I've had in my head for almost a year. That probably would have taken me 2 more years to extract. So AI is incredibly beneficial. It's amazing. I love it. I am a huge fan of it. But I do not think that you should use it for your podcast to fully produce it. I think it sounds fake. I think people can spot it from a mile away. And also, one thing that has always bothered me is when people have podcast intros or outros and there's like this AI voice that's not even them, just kind of like introducing them. And it just sounds so annoying. I don't know how else to put it. It sounds really bad, in my opinion. And this is all personal preference, by the way. So take what I say with a grain of salt, but that's what I think. And I do not think that you should use AI for your podcast. Now, I use Descript to edit my videos. I also use Adobe Premiere Pro, which I'm excited to get better at. Yay. Shout out to Premiere Gal because I'm excited to take her editing course and just learn another tool. But I've been using Descript for years. I also use Riverside as well. So I use different things and they all have their own features and they all have their own things that make that product unique. And what I personally love about Descript, I'm just going to talk about that because I use it the most. I can edit out my filler words in like 10 seconds. So my uhs, my ums, my you knows, my likes for myself and my clients, I can just literally get rid of them in a click. I'm going to have to put a little screenshot over this video too. I love that. I can also regenerate sound bites. I don't know if that's the right word or the right way to say that, but I have helped so many. I got a client in my inbox right now who needs help getting these sirens out of the audio because her guest had sirens blaring, and not blaring, but like they were in the background, like you can audibly tell that they are there. And so I can use the regenerate tool to remove the siren. And so I love that. That's how I use AI, like in my editing workflow. And then in addition to that, I use it to help me write show notes. I use it to help me hone in on my title. I do that for myself and for my clients. And then for my podcast audit, if you have your podcast transcript, AI is magical. That's all I'm going to say. If you have more than 20 episodes, more than 10 episodes, really, more than 5 episodes, really. If you have a podcast and you know that you need to audit your previous episodes and your show notes and your titles, I got you. Come and check out the Podcast to Clients experience because we get into the nitty gritty and I show you exactly how I audit my podcast using AI. I literally audit my own podcast inside of that program. And so I really like AI. Like I said, I use it all the time, but I specifically do not think you should use it to create like a full blown audio only podcast. Like I don't think that it could ever capture a human. And as cool as AI is, I don't think that it could fully capture like the pauses, right? I don't think it could fully capture the vocal tones that we have in our voices, like I'm using right now. Like, I don't think it could capture the uhs and ums and you knows and likes in the way that we as actual humans would use them. I just don't fully believe that it will get to that point because it's not human. I think it's very helpful, but that is my take. It is all a perspective. And again, if you are interested in auditing your own podcast and using AI to do so, I also show you how to do it without AI, by the way. Then come join us in Podcast to Clients. And if you're not ready for that, I would love to see you inside of the free school community, which is skool.com/podcasters. I'm going to put that in the comments down below this video. And because that you watched this video, I know that you're going to love the next one. So go ahead and click on the video on your screen, and I'm going to meet you over there in that video. Bye.